ITV, certainly the best.
A very beautiful afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us on the ITV News for noon. I am Lawrence Osifo, and it's a great pleasure to have you join us. We'll begin in Rivers State, where the political landscape in Rivers took another turn on Thursday, when members of the State House of Assembly began impeachment proceedings against the Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu. They are accusing them of gross misconduct. During plenary, presided over by the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins Amewele, the majority leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Major Jack, read out the notice of allegations and gross misconduct against Fubara. Relying on Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, Jack read out 7 points of alleged gross misconduct against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Some of the accusations include the demolition of the assembly complex, extra budgetary spending, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission, a refusal to obey the Supreme Court on the financial autonomy of the House. After Jack laid his notice before the Speaker, who said that the notice will be served to the governor in 7 days. The deputy leader, Linda Stewart, also brought forward a notice of gross misconduct against the deputy governor, Ngozi Odu. Some of the gross misconduct allegations included reckless and unconstitutional spending of public funds, obstruction of the House of Assembly from performing her constitutional duties as outlined by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, conniving to allow unauthorized persons to occupy offices without proper screening by the Legislative House of Assembly. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the interim forfeiture of 57 properties linked to the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Federation, Abubakar Malami SAN, and 2 of his sons, Abdulaziz and Abiru Rahman. The multi-billion naira landed properties, which are suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities, are located in Abuja, Kebbi, and Kano and Kaduna states, respectively. They are all to be temporarily forfeited to the federal government. Justice Emeka Nwite granted the forfeiture order following an ex parte motion moved by counsel to the Anti-Graft Agency, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Ekele Iheanacho, a senior advocate of Nigeria. The judge also directed the publication of the interim order of forfeiture in any national dailies, inviting any person or persons or body of bodies who may have interest in the properties listed in the schedule to show cause within 14 days of the publication, while a final order of forfeiture to the federal government of Nigeria of the said assets and properties should not be made. They then adjourned the matter to January 27, 2026 for a report for compliance. Malami, his wife, Bashiru Asabe, and his son, Abubakar Abdulaziz, are currently facing an alleged 8.7 billion naira money laundering charge before Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja. To Oyo State, southwestern Nigeria, where the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has assured residents of the state that those behind the attack and killings of 5 forest guards will face justice. Governor Makinde, who stated this on his Facebook page, also condemned the attack and appealed to residents to remain calm as investigations continue to unravel those behind the dastardly act. He lamented the incidents by the bandits at the National Park office in Oloka village in Oyo State, which resulted in the death of 5 National Park Service Forest Guard officers, describing it as too many. He also said that is a devastating loss of lives to the personnel in the course of carrying out their lawful duties. Makinde assured that the perpetrators of such crime would be brought to book. The governor further noted that preliminary investigations by the security agencies indicated that the incident was a cross-border attack carried out by bandits. To Benue State, north central Nigeria, where gunmen suspected to be herdsmen launched another attack on the Udeku Mavia community in Bakiok Council Ward in Turan district of Kwande local government area of Benue State, killing 5 people. According to local sources, the attack occurred while residents were still harvesting yams and bambara nuts from their farms. The attack, according to one of the locals who simply identified as Tenor, disrupted activities in the community. When contacted, the chairman of Kwande local government area, Tasao Yakwan, confirmed the killings. He said that the attackers did not immediately withdraw after the assault, which he said caused tension in the area. Yakwan, who described the area as a vulnerable border area that shares an international boundary with Cameroon, lamented that the terrain complicated security operations. He said that the continued attacks during harvest season threatened food security. Also confirming the incident, a former supervisory councillor in the local government, Akeriba Lawrence, described the constant assaults on the community. He stated that the residents of the community constantly faced sustained attacks and destruction of crops, homes, and economic trees, as well as restricted access to water sources. The fresh attack on farmers has triggered concerns over the influx of armed herdsmen in Benue communities, which always happens during the dry season. In Delta State, where the state police command has recorded a major breakthrough in the fight against kidnapping, armed robbery, and the proliferation of illegal firearms, arresting key suspects and recovering high-grade weapons across Delta, Bayelsa, and Rivers states. The Commissioner of Police in Delta State, Mr. Aina Adeshola, disclosed this on Wednesday during a press briefing in Asaba, the Delta State capital, where he reassured residents of the command's unwavering commitment to tackling violent crimes and restoring public confidence and security across the state. According to the police commissioner, the success followed sustained intelligence-driven operations by the CP Special Assignment Team, acting on credible information about a notorious interstate kidnapping and armed robbery syndicate terrorizing communities in the Niger Delta region. He added that further search led to the recovery of 1 K2 rifle, 49 rounds of live ammunition, 3 K2 magazines, 1 pump-action gun, and 32 live cartridges. The police authorities said that the suspect remained in custody and is providing further information to aid ongoing investigations aimed at dismantling the entire criminal network. In a related development, operatives of the CPSAT also foiled an illegal arms transaction in Ugeli town. According to credible intelligence, the police carried out a sting operation about 7:15 p.m. at Ovieta Street in Ugeli town, arresting 3 suspects allegedly involved in the deal. Recovered during the operation were 1 pump-action gun and a sum of 280,000 naira, said to be part of the payment for the illegal arms transaction. Commissioner Adesola warned criminals operating within and outside Delta State to abandon crime or face the full weight of the law, stressing that the command would sustain aggressive intelligence-led policing in collaboration with sister security agencies. To health matters where concerned medical doctors in Edo State under the aegis of the Nigerian Medical Association NMA have staged a peaceful protest march along Sapele Road in Benin City, demanding the urgent action over the kidnapping of a house officer of the Edo State University Teaching Hospital in Auchi. The abducted Dr. Babatunde Ibrahim Abu was reportedly kidnapped alongside his younger brother and a colleague by suspected kidnappers in Auchi, Isako West local government area of Edo State, as Patience Osarugiwa files in the report.
Clad in white lab coats and carrying placards with inscriptions such as demand unconstitutional release, deploy technology for security reforms and strengthen community policing, the medical practitioners marched from the Edo State Specialist Hospital through major streets along Sapele Road to the Edo State Police Command headquarters. Addressing journalists during the protest, the Edo State Chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Eustace Osegili, described the adoption as alarming and unacceptable, noting that medical doctors are increasingly becoming targets of criminal activities in the state.
We have told them that in 72 hours, we want our colleagues released to their families, to their loved ones, and to the association. And this state must be made safe for all of us.
Other aggrieved doctors expressed deep concern over the safety of medical personnel, particularly young doctors undergoing compulsory housemanship.
The abductors should do their best to acknowledge that these are doctors. Spare them. In all fairness, we don't deserve this.
We have made our point known to them that within 72 hours, if our members are not released, we will set all the hospitals in the state to darkness.
Receiving the protesters on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Edo State Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, Mr. Innocent Ike Matara, assured the doctors that the command is actively working on the case and will stop at nothing to ensure the safe rescue of the adopted victims and the arrest of those responsible.
Action is in place to make sure that whoever that have been taken away is rescued.
The Nigerian Medical Association warned that continued insecurity could cripple the healthcare system as fear and anxiety among medical personnel may adversely affect service delivery in public health institutions. From Benin, Patience Osarugiwa, ITV News.
Residents and business owners across several parts of Edo State were thrown into near total darkness during the 2025 Christmas and 2026 New Year celebration following the prolonged power outages blamed on the Benin Electricity Distribution Company BEDC. The blackout, which lasted several days in some communities, disrupted festive activities and daily life, forcing households, churches, and entertainment centers to rely heavily on generators and other alternative sources of power. Again, Patience Osarugiwa completes the report.
Electricity, often described as a symbol of life, stability, and connection, plays a vital role in homes and communities. However, despite the joy that usually marks the Christmas and New Year season, residents of Benin City, Edo State, spent large portions of the festive period without stable electricity. This followed the collapse of the national power grid on December 29, which left most electricity distribution companies, including the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, with little or no megawatts of power supply. Streets and homes in areas such as Owobi, Owelu, Uselu, Obagie, and Oluku communities, as well as Sopomba, Uyoko, and Ekenwa roads were plunged into darkness as electricity supply dropped to near zero. Speaking in Benin City, affected residents said the prolonged blackout forced them to spend extra money on petrol and diesel to power generators just to light their homes and preserve food items.
Most of the time is normally self-made generator that we use to celebrate. I can't remember the year that we entered the new year and there'll be light for people to say Happy New Year.
Christmas and New Year, there was nothing like electricity provision at all. I use solar in the afternoon generator in the night. That is how we survive.
Other residents called on the Benin Electricity Distribution Company and relevant authorities to put measures in place to ensure more reliable power supply, particularly during major national celebrations.
They should put their hands together to make sure all residents in Benin have light.
We have the transformer, but there's no light. We just use solar panel to get pure water.
Few periods they started bringing light after the celebration. It's not fair.
For many residents, the hope remains that future festive seasons will not be spent in darkness. From Benin, Patience Osaogiwa, ITV News.
To the exciting world of sports, where holders Barcelona has trashed Athletic Club to reach the Spanish Super Final Cup in Saudi Arabia. The 15-time winner scored 4 goals in 16 minutes to put the game beyond doubt at the halftime, making Barcelona the first team in history to score 4 first-half goals in a Spanish Super Cup semi-final. Ferran Torres opened the scoring before Fermin Lopez hammered a shot into the top corner. Ronnie Bardix and a fierce strike and Ramphifers fired shot into the roof of the net gave Barcelona an unassailable lead after 38 minutes of the game. And that's the size of our package on the news we're tracking for you at this time. I am Lawrence Osifo, thanking you for watching. Do have a beautiful afternoon ahead of you. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.